Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Uniqo Williams, and I'm here for another overtime. That's right, we coming at you. It's on the late night, okay? Recording it late because it's overtime, all right? It's Friday night, but you know, Friday we got some crazy news. But before I go into that, I got my boy Zelmae with you. You know him from everything that we do on this channel, our other channel, Overall 99 Media. You know what we do. Zelmae, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm blessed, and I see a lot of alphas gonna be in the building. Real quick, can you hit that like and subscribe, give alpha a zam, you know what I mean?
100%. Also, you got anything to say about any event that happened today for in SmackDown?
And then it really happened. It was Pat McAfee got a loud pop.
Speaking of pop, I thought you honestly was gonna say something about Big E, but anyway, was that another show?
So my guy, get well soon. That's all I say to my guy Big E. For people that don't know, I know a lot of people might not watch wrestling on Sports Channel, but if you do, he said he got a broken neck, but he got movement, so that's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I must have missed what show that was. I thought that was on SmackDown. My bad. Terrible lead up, but let's talk about Pop. We talk about Pops. Today, it was reported by Adam Schefter on Twitter. Actually, it was reported by Zelmae, who may have found out from Adam Schefter's Twitter. But it was reported to me by Zelmae today, Alpha himself, that Deshaun Watson will not be hit with any criminal charges. That's right. Friday, it was it wasn't as long of a deliberation with the grand jury that Deshaun Watson was brought up in regards to the 22 quote-unquote alleged victims of just a whole bunch of sexual misconduct type stuff that people were trying to hit him with. 22 different women. This was definitely a crazy situation because that number is astronomical. I ain't gonna lie, it didn't look good at all. But you know, the only people that knew about it was Deshaun Watson and the women that were involved. But a grand jury, they met up and they talked for 6 hours to them, the prosecutors and the legal team for Deshaun Watson. They said there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So with that being said, Deshaun Watson is pretty much a free man. He still has to go through the civil lawsuits, but they said they're gonna wrap that up probably on Tuesday or so. He just has to sit through some depositions, and basically probably nobody in that whole situation is getting any money whatsoever. So with that being said, Zelmae, how you feeling about this situation, this outcome? Did you see it coming at all?
If you stay close to the case, you'll know simply that a lot of things that the prosecutors and the court people were asking for, and in this case, it was 9 of the women, so it's 9 of the 22 that actually came forward, and they wouldn't provide certain things they asked for. So it kind of started looking obvious that there was going to be no court case against him because there was barely any evidence presented. He also, it's so weird. The whole situation is weird. He, according to these reports, he was accused of asking someone, "Hey, do you want to do this?" They're like, "No." He's like, "Okay, cool." Then he dry humped the air, and then he busted. I'm like, okay, this is the strangest story I've ever heard.
Strange behavior.
So I don't know if how do you prove that in the court? Like, I didn't touch him, but he just decided on his own to just like hump the air and bust. Like, how do you prove that in court? And what, do they got video? And did they not present the video? I don't know how you could charge a person without presenting evidence that he did it if you said you never touched him in that way. But if he was doing that, he's an absolute menace. But again, you have to be able to prove that he did those weird, strange actions without you touching him. Because in cases like that, you usually have some type of evidence of where you got some residue on you. But again, he didn't touch you. You said no. You're like, I bet, and just handled his own business, I guess.
I mean, you still can't do that.
Yeah, that's very inappropriate, but I don't know how you, like, do you keep the towel that he had? Like, don't wash it? He just like, hey, man, I'm finna get it. Like, I don't know, but this is the strangest case ever. I didn't when hearing the case, I didn't know how they was gonna prove it without having like evidence presented, which they said they had, but they didn't trust the court or something to present it. They all had the same lawyer. It's all a lot of weird, shady things going on that I don't
Yes.
know. And either way, neither side is just weird. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to deal with this.
No, like they really was putting in the description of like what he allegedly had done. Like it was some like weird stuff. Now I ain't gonna lie, I got a little freaking me too. Okay, you know if you treat me right. But man, this stuff, some of this stuff was downright like weird. Like he was like, okay, so what? One of them said that he was getting a massage in his groin area. He's got a history of like a groin injury or something, so I guess he needs that. That helps. I don't know, but like I don't know, just weird things happen. Hey, can you do this without the towel? I appreciate it if you do. Like I know you rich and all, but like that's really your thing. That's really what you want to get into is just having a harem of masseuses just massage you to climax. Like I get it. People get climax to much weirder stuff. There's people that can't look at spaghetti the right way. But at any rate, some of the stuff, if you read it, man, it's like some bizarre stuff, and it's like, bruh, what's going on in your head? Like, what happened to you in your youth? So it's some crazy stuff. Um, but
Yeah,
going back,
and to that point, apparently some people were down with it. So he's like, "Hey, are you down?" And then someone be like, "No," and he'd be like, "All right, I'll just handle my business myself." And I'm like, "Okay."
and okay, and then to that point, I mean, if she's a super beautiful Instagram lady or something, and you listen in any HR, you allowed to ask once, man. You allowed to ask once, and if you feel uncomfortable after you've been asked such a question, you know, you make it known, and you know you tell. But some people they was like, nah, I'm not really into all that. I don't feel comfortable doing it. Okay, cool. That's all right, cool. And then you gotta go with that. But you know the fact that somebody would have the audacity to ask you something like that, you're allowed to ask.
It might not be appropriate, but I don't know. He seems to find the one. Maybe he didn't do a good. He needed like an agent to like scout.
Is she down? Will she be
Like
down?
get your friend to be like, "Hey, bro."
Who's to say that didn't happen? Who's to say he didn't like hit up some homies that people get referrals for different things. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But apparently these wasn't down. So
Out of 22 people, that's what I think that the courts had. I believe that not the courts, but like what they thought they had was the numbers. Because you know what everybody was saying first? They was like, look, I mean, I can see one or two people coming in line, but 22, yeah, that's a staggering number of people. And it's like, yo, 22 people can't be lying. 22 people can't be conspiring against me. Well, you know what happens in football? 22 people conspire against you every game. 11 on offense and 11 on defense. So that being said, for 17 weeks out the year, somebody's conspiring against you. And now we found out that 22 people can come to 22 strangers. What is this like a really bad? This is like a really bad real world. Like this is bad. It's like just really like 22 strangers come together to try and get Deshaun Watson in jail time and get his money. Speaking of money, he was a healthy scratch all year. He only got paid his $10.5 million base salary, and I'm sure he missed out. He got to be coming for the Texans organization at this point. Once this is all cleared up, I got to get some money out of y'all. Y'all try to do my name bad, and I'm pretty sure this happened. Now I might not be able to prove it, but I'm pretty sure all this came out when I said I wanted to get up out of here. So, what you think, man? You a big you Deshaun Watson, and you've been looking these people in the eye, playing. Because let's be real, he didn't say nothing to the media all season. He was chilling. And what do you do now that you're cleared of everything? They done made you sit and you're not a distraction and you did your part, and you walk up to the president's, the CEO or the owner of the team's office, and knowing what you know about the situation, what you go in there and say, Zelmae?
you got trade me. Them people seem to got the same agent you got. let's break bread and get out of it. Just let me go. That's what I asked for fair play. Let me go. They seem to be willing to let me go, according to all the reports. Let me go. That's all. That's all you can do because you ain't winning no court case against them. They're gonna be like, "Hey, you got accused of stuff. We just didn't want to be held liable. We did our due diligence." And that's all they're gonna say. And then you gonna be just like according, unless you have evidence that they conspired, you're gonna be in the same situation these women was. Even if let's say both situations are true, you're gonna be in the same situation. What evidence do you have that he conspired with them besides that they have the same lawyer somehow? But that doesn't mean unless you get text messages or something like that, it's gonna be.
So you telling me? Cause see me, you see my do rag, right? I'm black. I'm walking in there and I'm having my representation with me too, man. I might have, man, I might bring TMZ in there with me, just so they can see, man. After you try to do this and you did that, like I can at least get the court of public opinion against you. I can at least do that because Deshaun Watson, that's what they did. Court of public opinion made him look bad. I gave him benefit of the doubt. People lie about stuff like that all the time to try and make a quick buck, and sometimes they lie just to save face. We understand that, but you saying if I walk in there and I talk that stuff, you think that the owner is just like this? Oh shit, my bad. You think? Yeah.
Turn up the studio.
You think the owner just like Deshaun Watson comes in, kicks in the door. But can you prove it though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that's what that?
I'm pretty. Robert Kraft got out some situation with evidence that he got away with, and the media didn't even talk about it, and nobody talked about it at all, and it just ended. You don't think the owners? Like I done seen thousands of you, dog. I made $1 billion.
Like on some.
First,
He probably came in like Giovanni from Pokemon. Ash walked in. So you beat the system. I'm not done with you yet. I have billions of dollars and nothing but time. They gonna catch him somehow. Like he got super drunk at the bar and tried to drive home, but somebody been watching his every move, and it was like, no, ain't no backways today, cuz the police is watching you. You over the legal limit. We watch you take all the like. I don't know, man. Billionaires are scary. They can do things. As we talked about with Kanye and the whole moving across from Kim stuff, he said, "What do you think being rich is for?" But you can do shit like that in whatever. But so you telling me you good? You just gonna be like, man, please just let me go. Is that what you gonna do? You gonna gravel?
I ain't saying please. I'm just like, hey, let me out of here. We don't like each other. I know what you did. You know what I did. And we out, you know what I'm saying? This is what I want in the first place. Let's just get out of it. That's all you can do. You gotta,
bro. That is so jacked up. You so upset with me that you ruined my reputation. People don't even know if I'm. Matter of fact, I was playing MVP level. Matter of fact, the season that before that this happened, I had the most passing yards. You made me miss out on a season of that. I could have had. Come on, man. Let's be real. Deshaun Watson, yeah, they wasn't gonna have a good record, but I mean they might have messed around and beat Nashville a time or two. They would have changed some records. They would have been a scary team with Deshaun, because with Deshaun you have a chance.
You just trying to get out, bro. That's it. I'm just trying to get out.
I mean, you sound real humble.
That's it. Like, hey,
you sound mad humble,
bro. Sometimes, hey. Listen, sometimes you just you get what you want in the first place. You try to make your money back. You missed 1 year.
No vengeance.
Kevin really just missed you got $10 million for the year you missed and you didn't play. Kevin really got $1,500. He ain't finna get paid for $1,500. Sometimes you just gotta take your the owner just paid a man $100,000 a game to lose a game. He didn't, and then fired him, and nobody better than I.
That's fair.
Sometimes you just gotta know what battles to fight and when to fight them. Because when people got the looks on you, my question to you: do you want another? All of a sudden, some other cases just randomly come up, even if I did them or not. Just I know what you did, so I'm just gonna put something else out. No, let me pack my bags and go, dog. That's it.
I got a eternal problem with this man at this point. I'm black, so I'm already guilty and still proven innocent. Y'all wouldn't let me play. I lost a year of my career messing with you. Well, that might have saved me. That might have saved me in the long run with the legs, but we're not talking about that. So not only am I black, you try to make me a sex offender too. Like my life is 100% always going to be ruined if any of this sticks, bruh. Come on, man. And had he lost the case, Texas was gonna get that 10 million back out. They was gonna get that whole contract. They was gonna get that back out of him, man. So I don't know. I said all that to say this, man. I guess. See, you played a long game. I get it, man. I'm going up there pissed.
What you gonna do?
Talk shit. Make me feel better.
That's all you can do.
That's it. I ain't gonna go in there and beat the man up.
All I gotta do is plot my next move. Yo, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna do this, get in this spot, do this, try to get this contract. Looking at how if Aaron Rodgers and maybe whoever contract them next, see if they get more. Okay, I got that. Okay, so if I'm gonna be 28, 29, I'm in my prime. Boom, hit the. Well, I'm about 27 right now. Got about 4 more. I'll be 31, still in my prime for a quarterback. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this much money, and then once I get enough money, I can start making my LeBron moves. That's the only. That's the only thing you can do. Because what I'm fighting, like you fighting a giant, and sometimes that giant, sometimes you got no balance to fight and win the. All right, you got me today. But if the opportunity come back, I remember.
I also feel like if he walks in there, the boss is gonna be like, "Do you see how easy it was, though? do you do you do, do you see how easy it was?"
Assuming that he didn't or didn't do it, it doesn't matter. The owner probably knew he did it and like, oh, I've been hiding this for a while and I set it up, or he didn't do it and I still set it up because I know you like masseuses, and I kind of, and the owner might be the one that hooked him up with the masseuse, but you can't admit it because if you do admit that the owner hooked you up, see, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like his agent might was the owner. Like, hey, I got these girls to do massages, and then like, what am I do? Snitch on myself? So you got all that situation because again, as we see on Bel Air, which you can watch on the Overall 99 Media channel, Rich Phillip Banks have Jeffrey, and Jeffrey gets stuff done.
Yeah.
Phillip Banks is a millionaire, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like at the end of what Deshaun's lawyer said at the end of his press release, just let Deshaun move on. So let's us move on, and just let's let us move on, and because this is a very parallel case to we had that whole that thing with Jesse Smollett. He's a liar. He's going to jail. Or not. I'm not saying that these women lied about their situation. I'm just saying whatever it wasn't factual enough for it to go. So I'm saying we seeing justice being served. That falsehoods are not winning in court right now. So let's try and move on. Whereas Jesse Smollett is in protective custody right now. Deshaun Watson is a free man. So since he's pretty much a free man, where do you see him ending up? Because you just can't rectify this with leader ownership. Now, City of Houston definitely probably wants you to stay there. You're the best. You're a generational talent. So, where does Deshaun go?
People that don't know, me and Monray get in arguments all the time about sports.
Paragraph long arguments.
It'll be very long. But apparently, I'm thinking Oakland has a quarterback that Houston could get. And maybe some other stuff if Oakland is into Deshaun Watson. I don't know if they don't know about how long. Derek Carr is very good, but Deshaun Watson at his best is elite. They go from we get to the playoffs in the wild card to we competing with Kansas City to win the division type elite player. So he'd be one. But I don't know if they don't know how he'll play after taking a year off, so they might be more hesitant to give up anything else. So I don't know if they'll be in it. The Colts, I know, really want a quarterback, and they just traded a bunch of stuff. So Joe's team is in the running because they just got rid of Carson Wentz to the Commander Wentz.
Washington football team, that's what they are. They'll always be that to me now at this point. I love it. I love that name. It's great.
Yeah. So apparently they just got a lot. Seattle, people don't talk about them. They just got a lot for Russell Wilson, so I can flip that and get Deshaun Watson because I know Pete Carroll said he does not want to rebuild. Shout out to Bobby Wagner. They didn't even give him a phone call. He'd been there 10 years as their leader, which is very interesting. And again, rich people being shady, but everybody want to protect them because they're the people we want to be. But so, and they always talk about players being loyal to their team, but then obviously owners can just cut you without a phone call. After I've been here for years and didn't even know I was getting cut. So you got that situation. Pittsburgh is a team I see a lot of people talking about. They might be the most willing to give up the most besides Seattle. And they probably be the place Deshaun Watson most wanted to go because of the talent. Because overall, they got two good receivers. They got Najee Harris. They got a good defense. The only thing they were missing last year was Big Ben throwing past 10 yards. And TJ Watt made a lot of plays against Kansas City. But in the end, your quarterback can't throw past 10 yards. Patrick Mahomes going to get hot sooner or later. You lose. If you get Deshaun Watson in that situation, still like 27, 28, 29, whatever it'll be next year. You like your chances. I'm just saying. There's a few teams. I'm trying to think of anybody else who really needs a quarterback who has something they like. I can't really. The Bears almost gave up, and they got Justin Fields, so you don't want to quite give up on the young kid yet.
No,
I don't. Yeah,
this is year 2.
Yeah. Minnesota might give up Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins to lead. Yeah, it has to be a swap in some picks because Texans need a quarterback to at least keep them afloat. But damn, Kirk Cousins gonna get exposed. But I don't know. But that's a good thought because that's what they're one inch away from is having a great quarterback because Minnesota has a pretty decent defense and they got talent.
Tennessee might give up Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is not a good quarterback. I know people love Ryan Tannehill, but yeah, you can give that. But I'm trying to. Who else? I would say the Saints, but they ain't got no cap. Saints is $40 million. They didn't got from $70 million to $40 million in cap, but they still $40 million over the cap. So I don't know how that would actually work. Even though I think they would go all in for him, but
Sean
they ain't
Payton
got no
comes
cap.
back.
And Deshaun Watson it cost a lot of money, so he cost a lot of money. His contract is huge. People forgot he just got a mega contract right before Patrick Mahomes did. So I don't see how the Saints can do it. Mostly probably the teams I said because a lot of the other teams don't have cap. Unless New England makes something happen and just give up on Mac Jones. But
yeah, at this point they reaches. I think the first few teams you said were pretty solid.
Yeah, that's probably it. Tennessee probably the least, but I think they still got enough cap to do it because Tennessee got a lot of cap room.
Well, let me get my Pat McAfee on real quick if you don't mind. You can finish if you want. Are you done?
I'm done.
Can I stand up and put my listen? I love nepotism. Yes, I should get into different places. I should get into colleges and stuff like that because of my family, 100%. And I got a buddy. I got an uncle. His name is Uncle Jimbo. And Uncle Jimbo, he loves to spend money. And Uncle Jimbo, he does it for Carmel. He does it for Noblesville. He does it for sometimes for Greenwood, sometimes more for Greenwood. But Uncle Jimbo, he got deep pockets. And sometimes you ever had that drunk uncle, you catch him on the right day, he give you a little bit too much money? You ever had that drunk uncle that I got it, I do it, I drive y'all, I come pick y'all. Y'all ever had that drunk uncle that he just, if you catch him on the right day, you gonna get what you want? Jim Irsay is my uncle, Uncle Jimbo. And his pockets are deep, and I tell you what, we catch him on the right day, he's gonna call the Texans and he's gonna say, what do you want? The Colts have plenty of cap room. They've built a better than average defense. Their line is amazing. This whole team was built for Andrew Luck. This team was built for Andrew Luck. He needed a defense, got him one. He needed an offensive line, got him one. And that's when Andrew Luck left. So Uncle Jimbo, I'm calling out to you right now. Make the phone call. Tell him that you're not gonna hang up until you say yes. That you want to talk. That you'll talk to. That you guys can have that conversation with Houston. Make the call, Uncle Jimbo. I believe in you.
Shout out to Pat McAfee. He was so disappointed when Aaron Rodgers went back and then Russell Wilson got traded.
Oh my God! I mean,
my man was so desperate. He was like, "Gardner Minshew better than Carson Wentz. Let's go." My man just desperate.
Like, I'm thinking about it because I'm like, that is how we woke up this morning. We woke up this morning. Deshaun Watson was in nobody's conversation. Y'all know that, right? Nobody was thinking about anything because we didn't know. And Jim Irsay woke up after drinking champagne all night in a helicopter, riding over Lucas Oil Stadium, just be like, man, I own that. It's like just loving himself, but he's understanding that, you know what? I don't have a quarterback. I had a chance at two quarterbacks. Pat McAfee, I was gonna make it. I was gonna make sure that his great grandkids would never be broke if you can bring Aaron Rodgers. And it was gone. And then Russell left. So is there a quality quarterback that is available right now? Do we want to take on Jimmy Garoppolo and probably have to watch it? We saw what you did. We don't want Jimmy Garoppolo. It's not a stopgap or anything. Yes, he can get you there, but I don't know. Well, at the end of the day, Jim Irsay, you woke up just thinking that you was about to go sign Gardner Minshew, that you was going to sign such and such, anybody off the market, and Deshaun Watson's right here, and you can make the move to do it. Come on, Uncle Jimbo. Make it happen.
Ooh, that's that speech, boy. You better be motivated, Jim Irsay. You better go get it done.
I'm gonna clip this up, and I'm gonna send it to our grandma up there, my great grandma, and tell her, like, your nephew Uniqo done sent a video to you, Jimmy. We're gonna make him watch it at the next family gathering. Cause come on, Uncle Jimbo, come on. Pat, you gotta get on this train too, Pat. You gotta get on this train too.
You know he want to, but he out here fighting Austin Theory right now. He busy. He'll get back on it Monday.
I forget that he's a part-time wrestler sometimes. I'll be forgetting.
Pat McAfee part-time everything on earth. I'm like, this man is living the dream. and he started turning around about 30. So I'm like, yo, it's my time too. We're doing the same thing.
100%.
But you gotta get in that studio first soon. Let's go over on in that studio.
Gotta get, man. Hey, man, it's on the way, man. You got some driven people, man. We all dealing with our own stuff, but we got some driven people. And honestly, man, when it comes to competition, it be us. We just as athletic in a sense from what we do. So we just gotta prove ourselves. I think this is more like the college. See if we can go ahead and go first round somewhere, and let's make it happen. But anything else on that other than and since this is a sports show, I just want to say shout out to the Nets for them stopping a pretty much could have been the most toxic thing ever to happen, and they kept it from happening. Shout out to KD for sticking up for his teammates. Shout out to Kyrie for doing his thing.
Kyrie and KD took the toxicity back. I'm like, the Nets is eating. They loving this. I told Joe before the show today. Sensitive people stick together really heavy, and you saw it last night. They all talked about, like, you say F Ben Simmons, you say F all of us. That's what Kyrie said. And then Kevin Durant after the game said it's hard to boo Ben Simmons when you getting beat by 30. And I'm like, oh,
toxic KD or millennial KD.
And then Steph Curry dancing by Doc Rivers the whole time. The whole time he hit a three and just started dancing next to Doc Rivers. You traded me? Are you serious?
I mean, did it to you at home. That's the worst part. This was like the perfect storm for something crazy to happen, like where Ben Simmons, like, he becomes unavailable for the next week. He starts crying. Anything could have happened, and Kyrie could have went off the grid again. It could, a lot of bad things could have happened. I'll never play in Philadelphia ever again. Those people are disrespectful, and they don't believe.
I'm not gonna
I
lie
hit it with
though.
the sage.
You can call everybody can call Kyrie and KD sensitive and what I.
You
But
call
when
them
they
that.
when they get sensitive, them boys hoop.
There was a video out.
I remember Golden State versus Cavalier. Everybody like Kyrie got to step up. And he checked out, and that boy averaged 40 the next 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when KD do the same thing, KD be all making burner accounts, and he dropped 50 on your favorite team after you get off it, burn.
And I think even though it's a little belittling, it's kind of like KD is just like playing around with fans. But there was that video where he's like, "Y'all, man, y'all happy y'all talking to me, man. Y'all don't really hate me. Y'all happy to talk to me. Y'all like, is it you having a good experience now? Now I'm talking to you." And then they started turning it. Why'd you let James go? Like, they started copping pleas with KD right there on the court, and KD was eating it up. Like, man, you just happy to talk to me. You wish you was my boy, don't you? You wish you was my boy.
But people forget Jordan made up stories in his head to make him upset. Like that's what. Sometimes sensitive is competitive.
Man, I hate
and sometimes sensitive. I'm a 76ers fan for anybody to know. And sometimes sensitive is you get beat and score no points, and then you go party with little baby right after the game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
He was all smiles.
He didn't care at all.
I'm wondering, is he like, because they be talking about, like, you know how the suburban dude want to hang with the gangsters? And James Harden is the suburban dude with the nice house. So all the ghetto dudes come over their house, come over his house because he wants to be in with them. Like, bruh, there's a whole story out about how the baby and them just pulled up to Houston at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, nigga, we on our way.
He out here hooping.
And then he got practice at 6.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna say this is why I'm upset. As a 76ers fan, I still defend Ben Simmons because when he came and played, he turned it around because he was our first winning season. Because people forget, Embiid, the first 3 years of him and Ben playing was hurt all the time.
Yeah.
So we get to the 6-7 seed because Ben Simmons playing with Robert Covington and Saric and what's the guy playing with Bellinelli? Like, bro, look at the starting lineup we had.
Yeah.
None of them start no more, and it was just Ben and them and JJ beside JJ.
Look, and JJ said, "You know what? I'm gonna hang it up."
You got them, and then Embiid hurt all the time, and he up here won 20 straight games. Because I still remember thinking Jahlil Okafor finna turn the situation.
I did too.
Michael Carter had one 40-point triple-double, and I swore we was back. And I had 3 more losing seasons after that. So I'm never gonna hate him for whatever because I get it. Doc, I know how Doc is. Joe know I got a problem with Doc. Doc always throw little slight shots that make players upset, and then he don't take responsibility. When Phil Jackson himself say he known for choking,
these guys don't know how to finish games.
2008, he said this man was known for choking, Joe. Joe, the man went on to do like 3 or 4 more 3-1 leads. He went on to choke 3 or 4 more, Joe. This was after Phil Jackson said that. And then he always says little sly comments about the player like it's not his fault. I'm like, bro, you the only coach with multiple 3-1 losses after being up 3-1. You the only coach in history. You was the first with Orlando, back with Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady, and you just kept doing it.
He got lucky. And got, like, because, man, that Boston team, y'all really act like y'all was all that. That super team, quote unquote. Man, that team won that championship in that first year, and then they ain't see nothing else after that.
It's because they were kind of getting older though, but
I don't care about none of that. They did all that. They doing all this wolfing, acting like they top 10 team all time. And then, matter of fact, that's what got Doc into this top 5, top 10, no, what, top 10 coaches of all time.
Top 50. I don't know how on earth that happened.
What have you done?
Bro, I'm telling you, he bad Phil Jackson. He gets super talented teams because he finesse. He like Jeff Fisher, bro. Like, if Joe know this too, I got the biggest problem with Jeff. My uncle, like, why do you dislike this man? I'm like, this man is the biggest finesse. He has probably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever live in Steve McNair, and you made him look just really good because of how bad you coach. And how can I prove that, Joe? How can I prove that, Joe? The man never had another winning season without Steve. He never had in his career before Steve or after. Never had a winning season outside that 1 year with Vince Young, and I think they were 8-8, 9-7 or something like that. And one of them, and it was kind of fluky. Joe, for you coached 10, 15 years without this man. You never had a winning season without him. And every year you had him, he was a winning season. I'm telling you, that man won the MVP with broken ribs and a torn shoulder.
And
well, he tied with Peyton Manning, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, Peyton Manning was putting up historic numbers, and McNair tied that.
Yes.
Like, they couldn't help, but they're like, man, we cannot not put McNair as an MVP. We can't. Dude is playing amazing. And was getting
Eddie George, Keith Bullock. They had a dog.
Let's not forget the defense was immaculate. Offense was there. I don't know how he couldn't pull it off. Huh?
It's Jeff Fisher trash. That's why.
I mean, man, you had Kersey out there. Like, what was Jeff Fisher?
Name a time Doc Rivers coached and didn't have two Hall of Famers on his team at the same time.
I want to name the time. I want you to name a time that he coached where they was like, "Yep, Doc Rivers just outcoached them." I've never heard that. I've heard that about.
I want people in the comments to tell me, name a time he didn't have two Hall of Famers that he didn't coach. Don't bring up Orlando, Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady. After that, who was it? Boston. He had Antoine. Well, I guess Antoine Walker gonna be in the Hall of Fame because they put everybody in the Hall of Fame. Antoine Walker could be considered a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I seen some people that I promise Antoine Walker was way better than it's in the Hall of Fame right now. If he ain't going to Hall of Fame or he ain't in it, it's something wrong. Then he went on to CP3, Blake Griffin, and all them. I guess you can.
They was favorites.
Well, he went to Boston next with Ray Allen, KG, Paul Pierce, Rondo.
And he didn't coach that. They found out that Rondo got some game. Rondo was the surprise. They really would have lost. It's like, man, we didn't know that this kid was that smart from Kentucky.
That man had all these great teams. He had Chris Paul and James Harden. I'm just saying, bro. After a while, you can say what you want about James Harden. James Harden a hooper. He's a Hall of Famer. He might not care enough for me to my liking, but he a baller. He might rather have that look with Lil Baby all day, which is, I'm a 76 fan, so I'm a little salty, so excuse me. Like, Lil Baby gonna ruin my season. This is how I want y'all to know. That's the crazy thing. Lil Baby gonna cost me a basketball season. I never thought in my life I would say that.
Man, if Lil Baby was a good friend, he'd be like, bruh, I'm not coming to your house at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning messing with you. We not going out after the game, bro. Like
he want that jersey. He want that jersey in the strip club.
You was 3 for 15, my dog. Like, y'all went. Whose birthday was it? Whose birthday was it? That's
getting held by Kyrie Irving, who was not really a bad defender. But I'm like, what you gonna do when Ben and them get on you?
That's what they really got to worry about when Ben comes to play. That's a whole different dynamic, man. You got KD that's actually gonna score all day. Kyrie gonna score, and then you got Ben that's backing you up on defense. Psh. You ain't got to play Patty Mills.
And KD said something that people didn't pay attention to. You were like, since Ben left last year, the problem was they was a good transition team. This year, they suck on transition. Without Ben, they suck on transition because they just wait on Embiid and James Harden dribble. So he said, we just ran them out the park. We just ran them out the gym because they not going to run with us.
They said that was an underrated thing that he said too, because there was reports that came out that KD and them wanted to run. Kyrie was like, let's run, and James Harden, since he was the one playing every game, he was like, nah, let's get ISO, and then we saw a lot of ISO ball pick and rolls versus a transition team, and yes, they got their ass ran out of that doggone arena. They sure did. So it was a great ending for Ben Simmons and KD and all them, but it was a
My defense is trash. I'm like, who defend now? What Thibault by himself now, and he don't even start, so he just gotta come in his spots.
Yeah, Thibault.
And without being, I'm sorry, Cup Moss. I don't know what to tell you. That dude is disappeared. That dude shooting 27%. He was shooting 39 with Ben A, shoot 27. I'm like, he don't even need to be on the court then, because he can't do nothing there.
Yeah. Agreed.
And Tobias, I don't even know what Tobias said no more. They done broke him mentally too. Shout out to Philly fan. I love y'all sometimes, but sometimes y'all be making player break, and I don't be needing to break. I'm like, hey, keep them together. I love y'all passion though. That's why I love the freaking city of Philadelphia. But sometimes I don't need y'all breaking these players, bro. I need him to hoop. They clap when that man scored, Joe.
Who dunked on the one that he missed? They cheered on the one that Ben Simmons passed on. Somebody dunked on that. Did Ben do? I can't remember. Somebody dunked on the one that Ben on the end of the goal.
Huh? Ben dunked on in the crowd cheered, just trying to miss him. Really savage, dog.
I love it. I love it.
Look, you can dunk now, yeah.
I love it. I would have, if I'm Ben, I would have laughed at that too.
I think he did, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I would love to play for Philly, but I realize I'm built different. So,
yeah, I think I would have got caught saying "shut the fuck up" a couple times.
I would too. Embiid did it, but at the same time, I'll be like Kevin Durant, and I'm finna do, and then tell y'all to shut. Like they gonna be like this beef between him and his home fans motivate him, and everybody gonna love it.
Like the thing is, the Nets aren't going to go to. 76ers aren't going to go to Brooklyn and get any kind of hatred like you would get in Philly. Like this, not really a rivalry right now. The only people involved in this, it's a one-sided beef. It's the people, it's the fans of Philly, and Ben like they at some point they had to start watching the game, and they was like, "Damn, we losing."
Y'all see Kenny, Shaq, and them describe it? Kenny like, well, I don't think they just came for Ben Simmons. Chuck said, quit lying. Chuck said they charged $4,000 a ticket. That's you pay $4,000 a ticket for a regular season game. That's out of pure hatred.
Hatred.
Like I just came here for this moment that I can boo the. I just do.
I love these fans.
It's wild. I love it too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, I'm built different. I would love to play in Philly, but a lot of people. You saw what they did Carson Wentz. They built the statue of Nick Foles just to.
I'm super excited. This is gonna be the highest rated. This gonna be NFL game of the week. Joe Buck is gonna be in there. Troy Aikman. They are gonna be there for that. The homecoming of Carson Wentz when he goes back to Philly. And the crazy part is, Jalen Hurts, they going to have to stand behind him or they going to boo him that day. One of the two things going to happen. Because Wentz come in there and handle his business in Philadelphia, Jalen's mental is going to be over with. I don't care if he a Q or what. He going to be mentally hit off of that one.
Well, Carson might be more mentally hit than Jalen.
But if
Jalen from racist Alabama, boy, I don't understand. He used to this. You see, he left Pupwood.
Okay.
You don't lift Pupwood.
I'm gonna give you that, but I'm just saying if Carson Wentz come in there and beat Philadelphia because they thought that they got rid of him because they thought Jalen was gonna be the answer. Oh yeah, Jalen ain't gonna hear the end of it that day.
Shoot. But all I gotta know is the Eagles gotta worry about a lot more than Carson Wentz. They built a statue of the backup. Philly's sick, bro. I love it. Like, you saw Carson Wentz. We gonna build a statue of the backup quarterback, and you gotta come into work every day and see your backup quarterback with a statue.
And let's shout this part out. Carson was a damn good quarterback before he got hurt. That's ugly. MVP talks. And then your backup came in there and won the Super Bowl against Tom Brady.
Carson plays stupid. That's why the man tried to run over Aaron Donald and sprain both his ankles and cost y'all season. I'm like, why are you trying to run over Aaron Donald? Throw the ball away and go home, bro. What are you doing?
And he said, "Oh, Carson Wentz gonna be available for the first playoff game." No. He's still got to be hurt. He has to be hurt. That was a bad situation.
He sprained both ankles trying to run over Aaron Donald. That's the wildest thing. Have you seen Aaron Donald, Joe?
I've seen him.
Have you seen how he built? That man built like a wall, like a brick wall, and each ab is like a brick. And when Carson Wentz ran into that brick wall, his ankles, both of them twisted at the same time, and he couldn't walk.
I mean, that man made it on TMZ for doing something very painful to somebody. And it was one of them. You know how there'd be a fight, and then you do that quick bop, and then back up. Dude was in the hospital off of that kind of punch. Like, I didn't even mean to punch you. That's just one of them. Give us some distance, and you was in the hospital with Man, but that's shit, man. That's all I got, man, today. You got any other sports news you want to get into before we get up out of here?
Man, shout out to Shifty. The people was on him. I understood what he was saying, but a lot of people didn't because Twitter hates everybody. He was saying Deshaun Watson from his perspective, felt vindicated, and that's why he fought. The crowd, like, how dare you say this? We don't know if the girls are lying. I'm like, bro, you can tell by the way he wrote this. He's talking from Deshaun Watson's perspective. But he stated what he said a little bit later on, and people didn't care. They was on him. It was on his neck.
Yeah, that's what happens.
He clearly talking from Deshaun's perspective and what they told him that he feels vindicated. I'm pretty sure Shifty is not going out there after this week of horrible news that everybody keep calling him a liar, even though somehow Tom Brady said he was a liar, and 3 days later say, "Oh yeah, I am retiring."
Yeah, that man had a bad day. And Tom Brady said, just like the owner of the Texans.
Don't mess with them top. You see what Schefter did? Schefter didn't even respond to Tom. You're like, yeah, we just gonna move on.
Yeah, can we? Can we? Let's just move on, man. What's the word of the day?
Back just to make me a liar, then I'm gonna look bad. So just let it go.
Well done. But do you see how easy it is? But all right, man. Shoot, it's overtime. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I know this is an offshoot of our big channel, but shoot, man. Hey, we talk more sports on here. You know the deal, man. We Bel Air on Overall 99 Media. I mean, that's where most of our stuff is. But as sports heat up, we pop up on this channel. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you like and subscribe because you never know when we're going to pop up. Sometimes we just feel like talking about stuff.
I'm about to come crazy. Me and Joe finna go crazy with skits.
It's going down. It's about to go down, man. So make sure y'all, we appreciate y'all liking and subscribing on this channel. Make sure you go to the main channel, Overall 99 Media. You see my boy Locked and Loaded over there. We not playing no games. So, hey, before we get out of here, anything else, Zelmae?
Man, just vibe and keep stomping. Remember, something amazing can happen. Thank you for having me, Joseph.
Not a problem.
This is overtime. Let's go. I'm happy to be here.
I now have ownership. Peace.